Hello friends, this video on aldehyde ketones carboxylic acid part 29 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Now let's discuss some physical properties of carboxylic acids. So the aliphatic carboxylic acid up to 9 carbons are generally liquid and they are colorless at room temperature. Up to 9 they are colorless liquid at room temperature and they have very bad smell. But if you increase the higher acids, they are wax-like structure. You see, this is 1 to 9 and this is 9 plus. They are wax-like structure and they don't have any smell. No smell. And they have bad smell. Right? Why no smell? Because it is low volatile. Volatile, it is low volatile. And this is high volatile. Correct? So if we talk about the boiling point, see the carboxylic acid is a very high boiling point. Even they are higher than alcohols. They are very high boiling points. They are higher than aldehydes, ketones and alcohols also. See, alcohols is hydrogen bond, but still they are higher. Why? Because the extent of hydrogen bond in carboxylic acid is very high. Very high. And these are not completely broken even in the vapor stage and they exist as dimer. This carboxylic acid, they exist as dimer. If you see, this is carboxylic acid, this is alcohol. If you compare these two, the extent of hydrogen bond is pretty much high in carboxylic acid. Why? Because you have oxygen, hydrogen, three things to take part in hydrogen bond actually. Here you have only 2. So the extent of hydrogen bond is more in carboxylic acid. So if you compare, I took this example in the earlier slides also. See, alcohols, right, they have hydrogen bond. Carboxylic acid, they have high hydrogen bond. And then comes my aldehydes and ketone, they have dipole-dipole moment, dipole-dipole interaction. And then comes my esters, ROR, and then comes my alkanes. They have just van der Waals force. So if we compare these two, carboxylic acids have the highest boiling point. If you have 5-6 compounds with comparable molecular mass, carboxylic acid will have the highest boiling point. Why? Because they have very high extent of hydrogen bond. And then is the alcohol, because they have hydrogen bond. Correct? They have hydrogen bond at least. And then we have aldehydes, ketones. They don't have hydrogen bond, but they have dipole-dipole interaction. And then we have ROR. And then we have alkenes. Correct? So then we have ROR, that is ether. And then we have alkenes. So this is my trend. So please understand, when you are been given 4 or 5 compounds with comparable molecular mass, then carboxylic acid will be the one which has highest boiling point because the extent of hydrogen bonding is very high. And then will be the alcohol, then will be the aldehyde and ketone, then ethers, and then alkanes. Correct? If you talk about the solubility in water, at least, it all depends on the bond it makes with water. Correct? So here also, since my carboxylic acids are capable of forming hydrogen bond with water, so the lower aliphatic carboxylic acids up to 4 atoms, they are miscible in water. Same logic which we have seen in the aldehydes and ketones, they are soluble in, the lower ones are soluble both in water and organic compound. Because if this is my carboxylic acid, so this part is soluble in water, this part is not. Even if this part is small, this part will take care and the whole thing will be soluble. But if this part is very big and this part is not soluble in water, this part will not be able to take care. Correct? So the lower ones are generally soluble in water, but the higher ones are not that much soluble in water. Correct? And again, as I told, the solubility decreases with increase in the number of carbon atoms, because if we increase this carbon chain, this small part will not be able to take care of the remaining part, and thus it will not be soluble, because for it has to be soluble, it has to form a hydrogen bond with water. Correct? This kind of bond it has to form. Like this. Same thing, higher carboxylic acids are partially soluble in water because the interaction is, because this part is more, hydrophobic part interaction is more. This is hydrophobic part that doesn't dissolve in water. This is hydrophilic part which dissolves in water. Right? So benzoic acid, if you see, is the simplest carboxylic acid, but it is not much soluble in cold water, but in hot water it is soluble. And carboxylic acids are also soluble in less polar organic solvents like benzene, ether, alcohol, chloroform. So they are soluble in organic solvent. Thank you. Visit our website examfear.com to watch more and more quality education videos. You can also attempt free online tests that are there in our website. You can also get access to tons of free study materials, and you can also find free tutors and mentors in this website. Thanks a lot for watching.